I'm trading my shame. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. I'm trading my sickness. I'm trading my pain. Laying them down for the joy of the Lord. And we say, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. I'm pressed but not crushed, I'm persecuted but I'm not abandoned. I'm struck down but I'm not destroyed. I'm blessed beyond the curse, for his promise will endure, and his joy's gonna be my strength. Your sorrows may last for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Yeah, I'm trading my sorrows, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. I'm trading my sickness, I'm trading my pain, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. And we say, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. Let me hear you. Ready? And we say, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. Yes, I'm pressed but not crushed, persecuted, not abandoned. I'm struck down, but I'm not destroyed. I'm blessed beyond the curse, for his promise will endure, and his joy's gonna be my strength. Your sorrows may last for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Yeah, I'm trading my sorrows, and I'm trading my shame. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. And I'll trade all my sickness, I'll trade all my pain, I'll lay them down for the joy of the Lord. And we say, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. And we say, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Brian, thank you so much. Hold on. I'm going to change my view. There we go. So welcome, everyone. I'm just so thrilled to be with you today for Healing Humanity's Soul 6. This is the 6th week in a row that we have been engaged in this act of community and love and service and connection with one another. So thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for coming together with us to create community, to shore each other up. You know, the intention of this series really is for us to know that we have everything that we need in order to not only survive, but to thrive this time. We have each other, we have love in our hearts, and we have faith. So with that, with faith, community, and love, we are deeply, deeply blessed. So thank you for taking your time to be here with us today. And yeah, let's have some more music.
I'll unmute myself. Hey, everybody. It's so good to see everyone and some new faces. Of course, we love each other and love everyone that's here. And what a grateful opportunity is to come together. Before we start another song, I thought we'd do just an energy minute. It's called the Three Thumps, and it's something that we can do throughout the day. This is kind of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes we get a little sleepy, but let's just tap on K27, which is right, find your collarbone and go right to the outer edge. And there, if it's sore, you really want to thump there. But let's just thump and get the meridians moving forward. So if we're feeling a little bit wacky or a little off balance, this will rev us up, K27. And from here, let's move up to thump number 2. We're going to thump our cheekbone. Just find your cheekbone. This is the stomach meridian. And when you tap here, you'll feel the energy moving down your legs and into your feet, and you'll feel grounded. So many people, we like to go up in the ethers when we pray and meditate, but you know what? We got to be grounded in the earth plane or our bodies get sick. So grounding, really important. Now let's go to the thymus. And the thymus is right behind the breastplate. And you remember, well, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to go to the center of the chest, the breastplate, and you're going to thump on the thymus. And the thymus is where the T cells are produced. And the T cells fight infection, so we want to activate them. They also fight against cancer. So thumping on the thymus will invigorate you, and it'll get you going, and it'll get those T cells going to fight off anything you need done. Good job, team. Good job. I have a song that I want you to sing along on, and it repeats it a lot. So this is easy. It's, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. So that's your part. You got to sing it with me. And before we do that, we do have a special occasion. This is a special birthday week for Jackie Woodside. And Sammy's here to sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jackie. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Thank you, Sammy, and thank all of you for the love this week. I've heard from so many of you and just feel very, very blessed to be 27 again.
It's amazing, isn't it, Sam?
Amazing. I just keep getting younger. I figure I got about another 100 years to go. Can't wait.
I got to put on sunglasses. You're shining so bright. All right, Sam, sing this song with me. Might as well. I might as well. Well, let me just get the music. It went away. Oh, there it's back. I don't see the music. That's because you can't. There it is. Can you hear it? I can hear it too. Woke up this morning. I suddenly realized that we're all in this together. I started smiling because you are all smiling, and we're all in this together. I'm made of atoms, you're made of atoms, and we're all in this together. And long division just doesn't matter, 'cause we're scientist. It's quantum physics, 'cause we're all in this together. And honestly, if you feel like a stranger, we're all in this together. You know, people, there's never been protection. We're all in this together. You know, people, there's never been protection in all the history of human connection. Come on, friends, it's alright to show you don't ever need to be lonely once you start to open your heart. I saw you crying, and I started to cry, 'cause we're all in this together. And then religion, well, that's a big decision, 'cause we're all in this together. All in this together. All together. We're all in this together. Yes, we're all in this together. 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 Yes, we're all in this together. Just think, every animal, every plant, every bubble, every person, every country, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. Yes, we are. Love you guys. We love you. And don't forget, we're all in this together.
Bless you, Sammy. Bless you, Leslie. So let's all take a moment to breathe together as one. For truly we are all in this together. We are here on earth, revealing God, revealing our true essence. We are raising the vibratory field that is all around us. Let's know in our hearts that there is no separation in time and space. We are one. We are all in this together. I invite you to take a moment to just touch your heart and notice the vibration that you are, guiding on earth as a being of light. And know that that vibration is going out into the vibratory field all around us. As we gather today, as we gather together, it grows, it multiplies, it's enhanced. We are lifted up. We are healing the soul of humanity. Bless you all for being here, for being willing, for being an opening for God. Be here now in the truth of your being, and that being is love. We're all in this together. And so it is. Amen and amen.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender. surrender, I surrender. I'm the one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God. I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. 'Cause I surrender, I surrender. I'm the one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God. 'Cause I surrender, I surrender. I'm the one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God.
Woo! Thank you, Brian. Fabulous. I just could sit here all night and listen to all of this music. So I'm doing just a little talk today on just that. I surrender. I trust in God. So I'm giving a little talk today called Surrender as Your Superpower. So I very much want our time together to be valuable for you. I want you to leave here today. We all do want you to leave here today with a higher vibe, with a feeling more grounded, feeling lighter, feeling happier, feeling more free. That's my goal. That's my intention. I'm big on freedom, and it's one of my core values. And when I first established that as one of my core values, probably 15 years ago, when I was, just so very deeply spiritually mature, I saw freedom at that time as like, oh, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to be self-employed. I'm, probably wanting to be single after a few years of marriage, and, all of these things like me. Freedom. And as I've grown spiritually and in my walk with God as me, what I've come to appreciate, why God gave me that core value, God as me, discern that core value, is that really the freedom that I want for myself and for each of us today, the freedom that we need to survive this pandemic and the experience that we're going through together, this global crisis, is freedom from the confines of the ego. Like, I really am committed to just being free. Freedom from the confines of the ego. And what that fundamentally means is that you are free. You're free of your opinions. You're free of your judgments. You are free of your superiority and your sense of like, I know. One of the things that I deal with as a parent, only about every 30 seconds, is the ill-informed notion that I know what's best for my son. Any other parents want to give me a high five out there, right? We know what's best, right? So that's one of my current spiritual practices, is really recognizing that no soul knows what's best for any other soul. And that the best way that we can express our love is through surrendering our rightness, our knowingness, our superiority, even our desire. Surrendering even my desire, of course I want what's best for him because I want him to have a fill in the blank. I want him to have a good life. I asked him yesterday, I said, Nate, what do you think mommy and mama want for you? He said, to be successful. And that broke my heart. I said, oh, no, honey, not successful. I just want you to be happy and content with who you are. I don't know if he heard me. I'll keep telling him that, right? So that's the freedom that is available in surrender. So what I want to work with you today. So I want to start with this thought. Our emotional state determines what we create. Our emotional state determines what we create. So when you are in an experience other than surrendering to what's so, what is your emotional state? Okay, so if you're not in surrender, if you're having the antithesis of that, which is control, and superiority and rightness and knowing. You know, what experience does that give you? And actually, so I'm going to give you a tutorial. Go down to the bottom menu and you should see a place that it says chat. See where it says chat? Open your chat box. For those of you that want to play along, Cindy, you don't have to do it because you'll wake the baby up. So anybody that wants to play along, just open your chat box. And what's the experience when you are not in surrender? What's the emotional experience? What's the psychological experience when you're not in surrender? And I'll give you a minute to just go find your chat box. Resentment, suffering, yeah, when not in surrender, fear, unhappy, constricted, angry, frustration, right? There we go, boom. Exactly it, judgment, arguing. So, right, so exactly that's it. So what I want to talk about today is what I'm calling kind of the 3 phases of surrender as your superpower. The first one is acceptance. The second is surrender. And then I kind of I've been working with this notion this week since I took on this talk title. And the third is what I call beyond surrender or blessing. So acceptance, surrender, and blessing. So before I go into what I mean by each one of those and how we can apply them, I want, again, to make this real for you. So I want you to call to mind an area of your life where you're currently experiencing lack of freedom, where you've yet to live in moment-to-moment surrender of something in life. So for me, clearly, and then invite you to open the chat box and yes, puke it up, share that furball, let's be vulnerable with each other. For me, it's just my ongoing experience of I know better and surrendering my fears, surrendering my anxiety of what's going to become of him if X, Y, and Z happens. So really surrendering my superiority and my rightness and my knowing about my kid. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I'd love for some of you to just pop into that chat box. What areas of your, because I want this to be practical, right? I want our time together to be really meaningful to you. Where would you benefit from having a greater level of freedom, which means acceptance and surrender? Go ahead and pop that in the chat box. I'll just wait for a second. Maybe it's around, your fear and uncertainty financially right now. Yeah, accepting the confines of the quarantine. Yeah, exactly, Les. Thank you. And just, surrendering that. In almost all of my relationships, right? Paula, telling the truth about that one. Yeah, feeling like you're being stuck, letting go of the belief that my clients are my source. Oh, Cindy, that's so spot on, right? So many people right now with what's happening. Your clients are your source or your job is your source. Anybody else want to throw one up there? Attachment to how things are going at work, such as the details of selling my house and moving, right? Control, Cindy, right? The big C word, absolutely. All right, so with that in mind, knowing that no matter what, I will be okay, right? So just surrendering that no matter what's happening with this pandemic, no matter what's happening politically, no matter what's happening financially and the economy, I will be okay. Not the I of my ego, but the I of me. My God self, feeling stuck. Yeah. So my next question for you, and this is a play along here, as opposed to a sing along, a play along. My next question for you is, are you truly ready and willing to to really just let go and be in surrender? Yeah, Mark, that was quick. Awesome. Are you really ready? Do you want that higher experience of yourself? And so that's what I want us to pull forth. I think an area of spiritual teaching that doesn't get enough attention is willingness. And willingness means both, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I surrender. Yes, I'm willing. It also means I will this to happen. And I think that's the part of it that doesn't get enough attention. So part of this is you do have to apply your spiritual will to have the experience of growth and consciousness that you want to have. Rosemary, I let go every hour. I have to let go every hour. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's minute by minute, right? I know when I'm up against it, in my belief that it has to look a certain way with Nathan, it is literally a minute by minute surrender, letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. So our emotional state determines what we create. When we're not in surrender, just go back and read in the chat box. It's anger, it's frustration, it's resentments, it's tension. It's all of those emotions that are constrictive. When you think about our consciousness, God source, as energy, what's required for God source energy to flow to, through, and as you is spaciousness. So when you think about surrender, when you think about acceptance, do you feel like even the words, do you feel the spaciousness in, I accept this. I accept that we're in a pandemic. I accept that we are in a quarantine experience. I just see what's so. So I want to go through these 3 different levels of acceptance, surrender, and blessing. And I want you to keep in mind, I'm willing to surrender. I'm willing to shift my consciousness. I'm willing to let go. Keep in mind that willingness, because spiritual practice, have you ever noticed, is not for the faint of heart. You have to be an active agent in the transformation of your own consciousness. Really, I want to say a little bit more about that. Left to its own devices, what the energy of your consciousness will do is gravitate to the energy around you. And the majority of American consciousness right now is in survival, stress, and lack. You don't want to gravitate to that. And in order to not gravitate to that, you have to be an active participant in the ongoing elevation of your consciousness. I mean, for some people, it just happens. I'm not one of them. I'm one of the worker bees, that actually has to put some focus and effort into this. So remember what it feels like when you're not in surrender. Remember the item that you're kind of holding on to and having some struggle with. And remember, I'm willing. Now, inside of that energy, of the clarity that you have about being willing and what the area is, I want to talk about what acceptance is. Acceptance and surrender are not the same thing, and people confuse them a little bit. Acceptance means seeing life on life's terms, not being an argument with reality. Not being an argument with reality. See, so let's just take I just sent a newsletter out about this on Sunday. All these people saying I'm stuck at home. And my article that I wrote was about just changing one word. I'm not stuck at home, I'm safe at home. I'm not stuck at home, I'm choosing to be home. I'm happily at home, right? So you can be an argument with reality. Lack of acceptance means, I'm stuck at home. No, you're not. I'm healthy at home. Thank you, Cindy. That's awesome. Right? I'm healthy at home. So acceptance means being an argument with what's so. Heather and I were having my spouse, Heather, were having a conversation the other night, and she was just kind of going on, having an upset about, how much time my son is on the phone and he didn't show up for class on time and blah, 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 blah. And I just looked and I said, honey, this is what's so. You can be an argument for what's happening. You can be an argument with reality and you're going to suffer. The moment you stop arguing with reality, you're going to stop suffering. So acceptance just means seeing. It just means seeing. What I see right now is that we're in a pandemic. What I see right now is that I get to spend a lot more time at home with my family than I ever have, like maybe ever, right? My opinion about that doesn't change anything. So given that my opinion about it isn't going to change anything, why don't I accept it? Because otherwise I'm just causing my own suffering. And I don't want to cause my own suffering. So acceptance. The next level is surrender. Surrender means giving up any notion of I, me, or mine. I know better. My way would make more sense. This is my money. This is my job. These are my clients, right? Giving up any notion of I, me, or mine. I just surrender. Surrender to what? To God as me. Stephanie, when we stop arguing, there's more energy and attention for problem solving and right action. Exactly, Steph. That's brilliant. When you can just get what's so, it actually shifts, it does shift your brain functioning. When you're in an argument with reality, your amygdala is on superfire, you're feeling more stress, your body is releasing more cortisol. And what the physiological result of that is that your frontal lobes shut down and you are much less capable of thinking more logically, chronologically, prioritization, and wisdom. Shuts down your wisdom center. Don't be in argument with reality. So So, I love this talk back. This is fun. Yes, exactly, Leslie. What do we want to create? That's where our focus needs to be. But you can't focus there until you surrender that the I of me, the ego of me does not know better. What so is here. I embrace that. I love that. I accept that. I love what so, even when I'm pissed off, even when I'm frightened, even when I think it should be some other way, am I able and willing to let this go? Guys, you have to get, this is the most basic element of spiritual growth and development. You're not going to grow and develop when you're walking around like, I. I know better. I'm the one that should be. If they would just listen to me. Now, look, it's fun to be right about everything. Don't get me wrong. I generally am right about everything, but it causes my suffering. When you have to be right, you will suffer. So giving up the perspective, Mark, you're right about everything too. It's why we get along so well. Giving up the perspective that I know opens up your eyes to what is God saying here. Not God out here, but my God self. What is my higher wisdom? Oh, I love all this wisdom on the line. The whole consciousness, God, acts through us when we surrender. It's beautiful. Exactly right. God, I don't even need to give this talk. You guys are like all over me here. All right, but I want to go one step further. So you get the acceptance and surrender part, right? So I want you to call to mind again this thing where you've been holding on, where you've been like holding this as your source, whether it's the pandemic or your finances or your clients, you've been holding this as your source. And I want you now to take that fear, that lack of acceptance, that struggle that you're feeling, and bring to that situation the notion of blessing. What I want you to start doing this week for the next, from now until next Friday when we meet again, I'm going to give you homework. I want you to actually bless everything that you see. Like right now, do you have your screen on gallery view? Yeah, you have your screen on gallery view. Great. Just start blessing the people on the screen. I bless Meg. I bless Cindy. I bless the other Cindy. I bless Mark. I bless Stephanie. I feel like that guy on which TV show was that when we were kids? Romper Room or something. I see. I say all the names. Just bless everything. My cat is next to me. I bless my cat. I have my iPhone. I bless my iPhone. I'm doing dishes tonight. I bless that I have dishes. Shipley started Unity on the River. I bless Shipley. I bless Unity on the River. Every thought. I was reading this David Hawkins book, Letting Go, because I was doing a talk on surrender. I bless David Hawkins. God rest his soul. I bless that we have books. I bless my son. I bless that I'm losing contracts. I bless the pandemic. I bless that we are home for an inordinate amount of time every single day. I bless that we have food and shelter and comfort and friends and technology. I bless that things are uncertain. I bless our politicians, even the ones I can't stand and that I disagree with. Shipley, my favorite thing that you ever taught me, I behold the Christ in you because I can't stand the rest of you. I steal that all the time, by the way. It makes me sound like a brilliant speaker. It was all you, Shipley. Right? So beholding, but blessing. When you bless, you release judgment. When you bless, you release control. When you bless, you give up that something was painful in the past. You cannot simultaneously hold the pain and the blessing. Choose. Now, that doesn't mean to subjugate the pain. Feel the pain. Because when you feel the pain or the sadness or the loss or the grief, when you feel it, it will go through you and the blessing naturally will emerge. So it's the both and of this experience. Bless the person, bless the circumstance, and yes, bless yourself. So this is a 3-step process that you can use all week. Anytime you notice yourself not in acceptance and surrender, not when you're being in argument with reality, you're thinking, I know better. Any of those times, I want you to do this. Bless the circumstance that you know better of, or the thing that you're resisting. So bless the pandemic. Bless your work. Bless the experience that you are having with that person. And then bless yourself. So the pandemic, it would be, I bless that we're in a pandemic. I see the pandemic and I bless it. And if it's, I'm worried about my finances, my work, I bless my work. I bless I bless my fear about my work. And I bless myself. When you do this, when you live your life in this kind of blessings, it removes all of this low vibration energy. And if for any of you that are feeling guilt, I'm hearing this from a lot of people, you know, actually I'm feeling kind of guilty because I'm home and I really like it. I don't have to be out there. I'm not one of the essential workers, first responders. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. You have nothing to feel guilty about. This is God expressing as you. If you were out there, frontline first responder, it would not be God expressing as you. It would be you having some other experience. You'd be mucking with the way that God is expressing. Just be you. So when you have that, oh gosh, I'm guilty. No, I bless that. I feel that. I let it go. I bless that. And in the blessing of it, express the gratitude. So blessing things opens you up to feel the love, to feel the gratitude, to feel the compassion for those that are having whatever experiences, their illness, the fear of finance, the loss of a job, loss of family members, the grief. Bring that compassion. And then lastly, when you bless, it just makes you more human. If there's anything that comes out of this experience for all of us, it's for us to express more of our God self on earth through the oneness of our humanity. Our emotional state determines what we create. The emotion that I want to leave you with as we wrap up this talk and this time together is the practice of blessing and the emotion of living in acceptance of yourself as God in the face of all circumstances. Thank you for playing with me. That was fun. You're welcome, Sean. Thank you.
So, Jackie, that was brilliant. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it really spoke to me. You know, I'm going to sing a song called Surrender that I wrote after hearing, I've been 39 years in an addiction program in AA this year. And the third step is turning over my will and my life to the care of God as I understand God. And one of the lines that I struggled with in one of the first verses or paragraphs in the AA book is, there's a line that says, abandon yourself to God. So the idea of abandoning myself, and it wasn't until I really realized that it meant my small self and attaching myself to my big self that I began to get the lesson of that. So I wrote this song for us today, or it applies to us today in this situation and staying at home and who I think I am. Who did I ever think I was anyway? It's really becoming clear that I am not any of that. Surrender, 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 let go. All the ways that you appear, all the losses that you fear, everything you thought you knew, all the doingness of you, let go. Everything you've done before, your accomplishments and more, all the roads you've traveled on will be stardust, will be gone. let go. Abandon yourself to the only one. Abandon yourself. Abandon yourself to the only one. Abandon yourself to God. All the longing to be right, all the wars you need to fight, all the plans that you have made, all the debts you never paid, let go. Your body and your mind, all the jewels you hope you'll find, nothing left to hold on to, just the love that washes through, let go. Abandon yourself to the only one. Abandon yourself. Abandon yourself to the only one. Abandon yourself to God. Surrender. Surrender. Let go.
Thank you. I'm going to invite us into a time of meditation, and right away I invite you to close your eyes as I try to give us some music. So take a deep breath. Surrender. I've had my own experience of surrendering today. Yesterday, I had a great meditation planned. It's all worked out. For that. This morning, when I first woke up, I looked out my window. There were 3 wild turkeys, large wild turkeys prancing around my yard. 2 females, 1 Tom strutting his stuff, spreading his tail feathers. So beautiful, the many-colored feathers, shaking his red snood, which is the red part that hangs down from his chin. Oh, he was just putting it on, but the hens would have none of it. They were ignoring his advances. Then I noticed the tom turkey went around the corner and went right up to my truck and stretched out his long neck and kind of like he was peering in. Was I maybe better than these ladies that had rejected him? But no, I knew I had to surrender. Turkey had brought me a message. I had to let go and think about another meditation for today. So I went to my medicine cards, and here is the message of Turkey. Oh, brother Turkey, so freely you give of everything that you are, so others may live. So freely you give of everything that you are, so others may live. In many Native American practices, there is the ceremony of the giveaway or the potlatch ceremony. In this ceremony, a tribal member gladly gives away all that he owns because he knows that to do so is to help all the people, to help the tribe. There is an understanding that no one wins unless the whole of the people's needs are met. I want us to all know that this is not the surrender the total surrender that I'm asking for in this meditation. That if we gave up of everything that we had, well, some people do it. Some people live on the earth without owning anything. But for most of us, it would mean we would be subject to living under the government. And the government is rather taxed at this time. So let's just take this to a new place, the place of surrender, and just observing what this idea brings up for us. There's the idea that no one wins unless the whole of the people's needs are met. What we do for others, we do for ourselves. All spiritual paths have some message of doing unto others, feeding the people. In our culture, and this may not apply to you, but a large part of our culture, there is the concept of gobbling up everything out of fear or lack. Gobbling up everything we can get a hold of. Maybe this comes out of the Great Depression, or maybe it precedes that. I think we might recognize it, and we might recognize that under the pandemic, this feeling may come up even more powerfully. Let's breathe into that idea. I truly believe that COVID-19 has messages for us. And for us to really ask ourselves, what is ours to do? What is ours to give? When is it appropriate to give? And when isn't it? To know ourselves, to go into our hearts and ask our hearts for our heart's wisdom. Have access to divine wisdom through our hearts. So I'm going to take you into the heart-mind process. And part of that, I'm going to take you through an experience of asking for what is a yes and what is a no in your heart, so that you can recognize a yes and a no for yourself. So close your eyes if you haven't done so, and put your hand on your heart in any way that feels comfortable. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to breathe more slowly than you normally do. Bring to mind any idea or thought that lifts your vibration. Bring to mind something you love, or an experience of being loved, some joyful experience. be in that experience for a few moments so you can create heart-mind coherence. Just allow the emotion to bubble up in you. Now we will go through the process of learning what our heart is saying, when our heart is saying yes and when it's saying no. In order to get a yes, we're going to ask a question that's obviously a yes answer. We'll say, my heart, am I on a Zoom call today? Then just notice what comes up. If there's an image, if there's a sound, if there's an idea, anything presents itself. Take a breath. Say, my heart, am I on a Zoom call today? And notice what your yes is. Feeling, is there any visual image? Now we will ask our hearts what our no is. If it's your birthday, don't answer this. Don't ask this question. You want to get a no, say, my heart, is it my birthday today? Just notice what your heart tells you about a no. Is there a feeling? Practice this further beyond today. If you have noticed what comes up for a yes or a no, hold that. Hold that for the next question. My heart, am I willing to surrender to giving when the call comes? Know that there is no right or wrong here. There's just a noticing. I know what is my part in giving to the whole. What does that look like? If Spirit calls, am I willing? Am I willing to surrender? Take a deep breath and listen to your answer, the answer of your heart. Silence. As we begin to come back, just notice again if your heart is giving you any messages. Are you willing to surrender to giving what you are called to give, and only what you are called to give? And it might not be money, it could be a way of being. Are you willing to give a new way of being or a new consciousness? Are you willing to grow? Willing to let go of the old ways that are no longer serving? How are you willing to give? Are you willing to give in the way that your heart calls you to give? Acceptance, surrender, and blessing. Manifest what is called for you. And know that it's only for you. There's no judgment about others. And there's no judgment about how you are given. Surrender. I offer myself to you, sweet spirit. Mother Teresa once said, we can't all do great things for God, but we can do small things with great love. And that is all our hearts will ask of us. And so it is. Hold on, Meg. I'm now turn this off.
Should please stop. Yeah, stop sharing your screen. Let's hit the stop share. There you go. Thank you. Meg, do you want to come back in?
It's muted. Can you unmute her? Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
Beautiful. Thank you, Meg, and thank you, Shipley. It's, yeah, I feel lighter and more peaceful. And again, let's just always, because we're together in this space, the goal here is to raise the vibe on the planet. Let's just take just a second to send that loving energy out to all the people that you know and the people in our communities and the people around the world. All right, so this is our talk back time. Anyone have anything you'd like to share or ask or anything on your heart? We'd love to have this time to just be in community and be in dialogue with one another. Yes, this is the part where you talk back to us. Give it just another minute. See if anybody wants to. Yeah, Annie, great. Hold on, I'll unmute you, hon. Okay, you're good.
I'm wanting to share a poem because I imagine most of my life I've resisted surrender with the idea that somehow I would be subservient. And I've had an idea when I've read this Rumi poem, The Guest House, that there's a kind of equality if I imagine surrender as opening a door of vulnerability and greeting whatever is there. So the poem, The Guest House. This being human is a guest house, every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
I love that. Be grateful for whatever comes. What I was saying in my talk about blessing everything that comes, blessing what's in front of you. Thank you, Annie. It's beautiful. Love that. Yeah, Peter, do you want to hop in?
Yeah, just about acceptance, and it relates to the poem Anne just read, which I love. Part of what I need to accept is what goes on in my own mind.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't always pretty. And the more I can be without self-judgment about it and just watch, you know, oh, that's coming up in my mind. The more it settles down and becomes more reasonable.
It's true. That is very true. The more you can accept what's going on, the more it'll settle down. When you get out of resistance. Beautiful, Peter. Thank you for presencing that a lot of what we have to accept is just our own humanness. We chose to incarnate and be in this time and be in this body. So here we are. Anybody else want to hop in? Thought to share? Holly, are you leaning forward to unmute? I can unmute you. Or are you just futzing with something? Oh, now she's frozen. Anybody else? All right. Stephanie, you want to hop in? I unmuted you, hon. You're good.
Thank you. Jackie, I just wanted to thank you. Loved your talk.
Thank you.
It's such a beautiful counterpoint to most of the messages they're being put across the waves. So just wanted to thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Stephanie. It is a counterpoint to what's going out there, because what's going out there is the consciousness of fear and separation. And that's the whole point of this Healing Humanity Soul series. Whatever ounce of goodness that we can put into the energetic sphere, that consciousness that God is, the more we can raise the vibration on the planet with love and acceptance and blessing and surrender, we're just making a better world for us all.
Yeah, I've really been working a lot this last year with trying to find that field that's out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing.
Yeah.
And one of the thoughts that has really been helping me, it's a kind of a variation on all things work together for good, but it's that every single thing that is happening for my awakening.
Yes.
And it's happening for everybody's awakening. That if we can, as you said, if we can stay out of the I know mind, like I know what's going on, I know what this means, I know what we should do, and we can just be in the, wow, this is really happening.
Yeah, this is happening.
Different energy, and it's such a wider opening.
Yeah,
so
that's great. Thank you, Steph. Yeah, Leslie? I unmuted you. You're good. Yeah, you're good.
I just want to thank you, Jackie. That was fabulous. I took notes. I never take notes. You know what I'm saying?
Send them to me, will you? Let me know what I said.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to doing the homework.
It's awesome. Just blessing everything. So I bless you. You bless me.
Doing the homework with my wife, Leslie. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Good luck with that, man.
In the house, day after day after day.
Day after day.
Night after
Seeing
night.
each other night and day.
Month after month after month.
Morning, noon, and night. 6 weeks in a row.
So we need two
Upstairs
refrigerators.
from each other. He's upstairs, I'm downstairs.
I noticed that you guys were on separate. Yeah, you guys are on separate Zooms today.
We couldn't figure out how to share the freaking Zoom service.
But you get along really well.
Politely. Anyway.
Ever notice how your homes are getting smaller and
Yeah,
smaller?
yeah. The house is getting smaller. I swear it is. Yeah,
And the
yeah.
refrigerator is getting emptier and emptier.
My house is about to literally get smaller as I move into a mobile home.
All right.
There you go, Peter. All right, Cindy. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you, and then Brian.
Yeah, I just want to say this has been surprisingly emotional for me.
Mm.
I think maybe partly just because I'm solo distancing, right? So I live alone in a big house by myself. So I'm like talking to my plants and stuff at this point. So even though, but I've done a lot of Zoom calls and I'm facilitating some Zoom calls, but I think just seeing your faces has been really emotional for me. I think part of it is just like this community that I love so much, and seeing how you show up for each other, and going back even to the transformation experience for people who were there for that, seeing how what you created, Shipley and Jackie and Leslie and Meg, everybody that was there during that period of time, what you created, this is just symptomatic of what you put in place a long time ago that just said, hey, no matter what happens, this is our community.
Yeah.
And we are going to be here for each other. We're going to support each other. And it's just like really the only organization I've ever been a part of that I feel like just has taken that and really made it your mission.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful to be here with you and see you guys. I'm supposed to be, hopefully that's going to happen. Knock on something. I don't know. I just want to let you know that I love you and I miss you all so much. And I'm so glad to be here.
Cindy, it's lovely to see you here. Peter just typed a message to you that he was.
Oh, thank you, but you guys stop.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Brian, were you going to hop in? Oops, I can't unmute you, dude.
There I am. Yes, I just wanted to also say that, like, the talk was perfect today, Jackie. Thank you, because letting go is, surrendering is hard. I mean, something comes up all the time, so it is one of those repeat type things. And for me, as the week goes on from Monday to Friday, when I remember which day it is first, the anxieties just creep up. And these Friday afternoons have just totally got me in the right place to then move into the weekend. And we do change our schedule around here a little bit so that we know it's a different day than
it's a different day. Yes. Yesterday, tomorrow, someday, every day.
But it's been really helpful. And I agree with Cindy, like seeing all of you. Every morning, Hannah and I have been doing a show for children, and it's nice because there's some feedback, but it's mostly texting. But usually almost every day someone will send me a little picture or a video of their child in front of either a big screen or the laptop singing to me back on the screen. And it's just great. Excuse me. It chokes me up.
It's beautiful. It should.
But,
beautiful.
It's that kind of human interaction that we all need. Yeah. And it's hard when we're not getting it. I'm used to getting that, 7 days a week in person.
Exactly.
And it's always fun to see you guys join in.
Yeah.
It's a little funny to know that there's an adult sitting out there listening to ABCs, but that's okay. Everyone's welcome. But thank you again for today.
You're so welcome, Brian, and thank you. So because this is all one-dimensional and many of us are really missing the connection, the human connection, let's just give each other a big reach out, give each other a big hug. Hug yourself, and just energetically feel the love of this community. We really need that physical comfort, especially those of you that are living alone, or those of us that are living with spouses. So sending that loving comfort to each and every one of you. Love you. So Brian, dude, I think you're on. Who's on? No, Meg.
Oh, Meg.
Meg is on. Phew, good thing. You probably can't cry and sing at the same time.
If anybody needs any special prayers today, does anybody need any prayers to send out that we can help you? We can pray back and affirm for you, your wholeness or their wholeness, or anything special.
Yes, for Rebecca, a woman in New York City who has the coronavirus. And this was her first day without a fever in 12 days.
Meg, do you want to go ahead?
Oh, Peter, thank you for bringing Rebecca into our circle. We see you, beautiful Rebecca, and we see you whole and healed and lifted up, and we thank all those beautiful health workers all around you and your angels and guides that have brought you to this place where your fever is broken, and we see you open and lifted and healthy. We see the whole health of who you are, the true daughters of the Christed being that you are. And we feel that breath going deep into you in the shine of your spirit, walking back into your life, full, healed, and whole, and healthy. Thank you, God. Thank you.
Amen. Meg, it's 20 after. Do you want to go ahead and do our closing song?
Nancy?
Oops, sorry, didn't see that. Nancy, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, please. I heard Ogun say that Mary Jane, our office manager, has COVID. She's recovering now, but I think that she could use prayers.
Please.
I sent her a get well card, and I don't know if she's watching, but it doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
Mary Jane, we know that the Spirit of the living God is mighty in the midst of you, doing its perfect work. We surround you with love and light. We see you whole and perfect as you are, as God sees you. There's nothing to fear. You are truly loved and held. So be it. Thank you, Nancy.
Amen. Thank you, Nancy. All right. Are we all prayed up? We'll do a closing prayer after our last song as well. And Meg, maybe in that closing prayer, we can uplift everyone who's being affected by this.
Oh, so let's all breathe in and just remember who we truly are. And we're all here to shine like the sun. So I'm inviting everybody to sing, "Shine, shine like the sun." Shine like the sun. Everybody shine. To shake off the weight of the illusion, we're lifting the veil. Finally wake up and lose the confusion and drink from the one holy grail and shine like the sun. Everybody shine like the sun. It's our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. Who are we meant to be? Brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. We're meant to fly free. The sun. Everybody shine like the sun. So let your light be a wonder to the world. You've got nothing to hide. Radiating the glory of your love. Turn yourself on. Turn yourself on and shine like the sun. Come on, everybody. Everybody shine like the sun. us in this great, wide, open space of shining light. Just feel that within your being. I'm shining. I'm sending my shining light to this whole radiance of light that shines in this whole beautiful world. So we send our light out. We send our love out. We send our compassion, our kindness, and all of our hopes and dreams out into the wellspring of love that enfolds us all. We thank you, thank you, thank you, dear Spirit, for this time that you've given us to pray together, to laugh together, to cry together, to hear a message that lifts us all and sends us out into this world. Take this with you and leave behind what you don't need. Know that we are all richly blessed. And so it is. Hallelujah.
Awesome. Thank you, Meg. I will unmute everybody so we can all say hello and goodbye. Awesome.
Thank you,
everybody.
Bye, everybody. We'll be here again next week. Bring your friends.
Brian, I love you. Brian, I love you.
Aw.
Jackie.
Wow.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Paula. Blessings, Dave Chuckus.
Love you.
Meg.
Thank
Love you guys. Have a good weekend. Remember to bless everything. Bless it all. Bless it all. Bless it all.
Bless it all.
Bless it all.
Amen. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.